Okay, let's see if we get started here. Let's see here. We're outside the ship at the portal. See if we can get in the ship here. And we want to... I'm working on showing how to build a stasis device once you get all your components. I've got some here and some in my cargo here, and I was trying to set it up to show you what could be made. Let's see. We want to make... That's odd. It says I can make hot ice. Oh, okay. I need to... let's see. Carbon and ammonium salts make enriched carbon and ammonium salts. Okay. Let me go ahead and go back. I was trying to set up my this to show as you combine these ingredients what each makes. For example, this golden iron makes your magno gold. The emerald and iridium makes your grantine, and your iridium and the carbon makes your uranium, which when you combine those three makes iridescent. You see, I don't have any S1 here, do I? I've got 3 here. Let's put those in the exosuit and go and two of them back there. Okay, so move that here. These 3 components, let's move it here, that you make out of the metals and the carbon makes the iridescent. Then when you go, let me move this down here. Well, let's move it back because it's not going to work out. I don't have enough space down here. But anyway, we've got the first major component of 3 that you need, made out of 5 metals and carbon. Then you take your gases and mixed with carbon, and you combine those to make, let's see, sulfurine. Okay, the nitrogen and carbon combine to make ammonium salts. And then your radon and carbon combine to make enriched carbon. And then your sulfurine and carbon combine to make your thermic condensate. You notice I only took half of that, but these both took 250, and that one only took half as much, and it gives you a lot more. Let me see here if I can go back in my cargo and move. Let's see. So back to my exosuit. We send that to my exosuit, and maybe I can get it to look okay here. Okay, the nitrogen. Right. And then where is the other one at? Oh, here it is, radon. So that makes it work out better where you can see that let me move this nitrogen up here out of the way so it's Okay, so here's your basic ingredients, your metals and your gases. You combine them to make these basic parts, the 3 metals and the 3 of these from the gases. And the 3 metals you combine into making iridesite, and these 3 you combine in different ways to make different things. The first thing you'll make from them, or things that you make from them, are your hot ice and your semiconductor. Then you come up with the cryo pump and the superconductor. And then this iridesite is one of the 3. You take the superconductor and combine that with a circuit board, which makes your quantum processor. You combine the cryo pump with living glass, to make your cryogenic chamber. And then you take these 3 items and combine them and you have a stasis device. So I'm going to try to see if I've got enough stuff to do this all. I've got enough stuff, but I need to, it's just going to mess up my pretty little display here. Let me go back and get the iridesite. So I've got the stuff here. Let me see. There's iridesite in there somewhere. There it is. Move that back to my exosuit. And we have one of them down here where we can use it to make other parts. And let's see what I've got as far as, I was trying to make this look, let's make a hot ice here, and a semiconductor, and then we'll turn those into a cryo pump. I got a semiconductor there. Okay, so okay, I need to put that back in my high capacity. I'm trying to get it all to where it goes in a nice little row there. Okay, let's make this a superconductor and make a exosuit general. Okay. Back to that, put this back out in the exosuit. Let's see if we can get it all lined up there and make it look halfway decent. And what I need is to move this up here. I knew something wasn't right. I move this over into my suit. Alright. So again, we've got these that combine to make the initial components, which you combine to make these components, and then continue from there to go to the next two. Let's see what we can do about that. Alright. Pump. Oh, I need a superconductor. Okay, then I make cryogenic chamber. Put that out there. And the quantum processor. Put that out there. I think I can make it work to where it looks. Oh man, I used my stuff out here. Didn't want to use this stuff. I wanted to use the stuff that was in my... Okay, well, we'll just do new ones. If we've got the stuff. There's the hot ice, there's a cryo pump. Okay. Now I need this. Oh, there's my superconductor. Semiconductor. Okay. Where's my sulfurine? Got 500 there. Don't know why it's one short in my exosuit. Okay. Okay, so I've got 2 radon, sulfurine, and nitrogen, and 250 carbon there, so I should be able to make enriched carbon there. Sulfurine and some condensate, and then okay, so let me move those down here, and that makes it work out to where you can follow it pretty well. Okay, maybe now it's be easier to see. You use these 2 metals, iron and gold, to make the magno gold, and we're on the iridium to make the grantine, the iridium and carbon to make the ironium. You combine nitrogen with carbon to make ammonium salts. You mix radon with carbon to make enriched carbon. You mix the carbon and sulfurine to make thermic condensate. And you make 2 of each of these, and you use those components in different combinations to make the semiconductor. Takes the thermic condensate and ammonium salt, and the hot ice takes enriched carbon and ammonium salt. Then you add the enriched carbon to a semiconductor. So you use all three of these components to make the semiconductor, and you basically the same thing combined in a different order to make the cryo pump. Then all you need to make the cryo chamber is some living glass added to your cryo pump, and you add a circuit board to your superconductor to make the quantum processor. Then you combine these three items, the iridesite, the cryogenic chamber, and the iridesite, and you get a stasis device. So if you look at the price of that, let's go back here. The nitrogen starts at 5,000 and the carbon's 1750. All these gases are worth 5,000 units. When you combine them with the carbon, they have 10 times their value to 50,000 units each. And then when you combine them here, it goes from 50 to 400,000 units each. Then there, it's up to 2 million units each. And up here, it goes 4,800, so about 5 million each. And then here, it gets to 18 million units just for each stasis device. So it multiplies as you go. The metals aren't nearly as much as a bonus, because you look there and you have 12,000 units, so it about doubles. These two metals, 3,500 and 34, so the grantine is worth as much as just the emerald. Of course, it's only one grantine, but you use 125 units, so you use 35,000 units worth of stuff to make a thing that's only worth 25,000. And then here, same with here, you use materials worth more than the total of this, and then when you combine them together, you do get make it worth 150,000. But the metals you don't really gain much on, but basically the gases, which are harder to get a hold of, you combine them and you can see it goes from 5,000 to 50,000 to 400,000 to 2 million to 5 million, and they combine it all together, 18 million units. So once you get your atmosphere harvester set up or find a good place to buy all the gases, you can make quite a bit of money just making stasis devices. So I'm going to go ahead and see how much I can finish out here. Looks like I can make another cryogenic chamber and another quantum processor. What did I just do? I made another superconductor. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, I can still make the quantum processor and another cryo pump and another cryogenic chamber. Okay, so now we've got the components to make. Oops, I need another quantum processor there. So I've got the stuff right here. Just gotta make it. I was gonna say. So we've got 3 quantum processors and 2 iridesite, and this component here, I can make another iridesite, and that gives us enough to make 3 more quantum or stasis devices. So we've sat here playing around, and let's move these in that little bit and that stuff that I've got there. We've made 4 stasis devices, and I've got enough to make another one, looks like, easily. plus, you know, I've got stuff over here, and, you know, more of each of those gases and things. So those four are worth 72 million units, just, and I can make one more. So there's 90 million units just in what, 10 minutes or so that 15 maybe, that I've been playing around here making this video, just combining the gases and carbon and the metals, and made the stasis device. For some reason I got ammonium salt left over, but it's probably because I may have brought one from my cargo. But let's see, yeah, I've got components here also, thermic condensate, some living glass and stuff, so I could make, let me put this in my exosuit. One of my gases was out of whack here. Did I put it in a cargo? Okay. Alright, let me go ahead and see what I've got left to make. I'm getting low on carbon, so let me make a magno gold. I've got a little bit of iron left from that somehow. And grantine. Aluminum. Again, let me move this up out of here. I don't really need to make another ammonium salt since I already have one sitting there, and others. I've got plenty of these ammonium salt because I found a place to buy the nitrogen at a trading post, and I got a bunch of it running around, so I got a little bit rich as far as that goes. Okay, we'll make another one with carbon, and then here we'll make one more thermic condensate. Plus we've got, like I said, other components in the okay, let's see, let's make a hot ice and a semiconductor, and we convert those into a superconductor and a cryo pump. And again, we combine those with other, with the circuit board to make the quantum processor, and with the living glass to make a cryogenic chamber, and then with the, we make this into a iridescite. Well, didn't even want to get out of the ship, but okay, no matter. We'll combine that and make a iridescite, and here we go with our fifth stasis device, and it's taken me about 24 minutes to do the crafting, which I could have done a lot quicker than that, but I was trying to make it seem easy by showing you what the steps was and making it start up here and working down to the quantum processor, the stasis device. So let's put that in the high capacity inventory, and we still got a little bit of parts left in here, and we've got 5 stasis devices worth 90 million units ready to go. So that's every 5 of those I make, I can get 90 million units out of, and I've only got 18 atmosphere harvesters out, but if I do it right, I think I could probably make 5 every hour just by harvesting the gases, going to a farm or two to make living glass and circuit boards, and come back and combine them and make the stasis devices, then go back and make the circuit all over again. So, you know, you could probably make 18, well, you can make 18 million units at a farm pretty easy, but you can probably, if you make enough of these things, you just imagine if, say, you had, well, I had 50 of them the first time I sold them. I had 100 million units and 50 of the stasis devices, and sold them and had 100 and some, a billion plus some odd 100 million extra. So you can make quite a bit of units just making them once you've got your atmosphere harvester set up. And you can also either buy the metals at the stations. There's one of the stations I go to, they sell like 3,000 or 4,000 iridium and whatever at a time, but iridium, even gold. My planet here is full of gold, you know. As I say, there was one just right here inside, I thought. But, yeah, generally if you choose good planets, yeah, over there, I think it is. That's nickel there, but I think that's gold way over there. And I know that's gold right there. And there's gold over there, and more. So, you know, I'm not hurting for gold at the moment. There's some more maybe over there. That might be nickel. I can't tell from here. Let me put a sun up there and see if that'll help me see. Over there's iridium. So, yeah, as far right there is gold. Like I said, I think that's gold too. I can't really tell. And but yeah, you find, like, if you get good planets through your portal to set up your atmosphere harvesters. I know that one of them has good pile of gold on it, and other has several iridium. You know, it's a lot of times you'll find a lot of those things, iron and all that, right at the gate. So, like here, you could just, if you went through the gate, you could come over here and you just start harvesting iron, and it wouldn't take long to get as much as you need to make 5 stasis devices. Actually, you might be able to get it up there just in a few short minutes to make 10 or 15 stasis devices. And also, while I was out, I went back and got the Class B ship. It was a 44 slaughter, and for some reason its value was significantly higher than mine. Maybe it's just the slots, but it's a B class. It doesn't have nearly the bonuses here as the other ship had, but it had those 6 extra slots, which see, I've got plenty of carbon, thallium, plutonium left. I've got the thallium to plant stuff at my base, which I think I'll go do now. Go back and work on my base. Well, I can do so many things. I can go make money, or I can go work on my base. I wasn't really planning on making a base in this one, but this is such a nice, lush planet that, you know, it's just amazing to me. Let's see, yeah, that is gold, I think. It could be nickel turned sideways. But I don't like this rough terrain in here, but as far as it goes, for a lush planet, this planet has a lot of trees compared to most lush planets I've seen. And Oh, I fell through the world again. This is not funny. This sucks. I did actually get through. Wonder what, it's not letting me swim or nothing. I'm not moving or anything. I don't have any grenades to blast myself. I actually survived or escaped from this other while back. There, I can move a little bit. See, I can't make it back up to the ground. And how I escaped before was to swim up, and there were all those pockets of. See, I can't get up there. All those pockets of emerald. See, I can't get near it. I can just reload, I guess. And all those pockets of emerald on that planet of Zane's allowed me to get back up. I had to blast my way through. See, it let me up there, but it won't let me get in there. And but that emerald, I was able to blast a hole through the emerald, which let me in somehow. I don't know, but like I said, I can get up there where that grass is, but it won't let me. Yeah, it won't let me through. Maybe if I could find a deposit of something. And find something. Something blow a hole in. Ugh, it's not going to let me in there. Maybe if I had a grenade. But this is, I guess I should be able to reload here though, because I think it's saved before the ground disappeared out from under me. There's no deposits or anything for me to get through right here that I can see. That I've survived so long is shocking. And maybe if that's iron, I can blast a hole through it. No, that's not it. Nope. Oh well. Let me get reset here. So with any luck, I'll be reset here, and I'll go ahead and I guess take a break here and put this video. I just wasted a little time here. I was going to show whether I was planting star bulb, but I guess this is a good time as any is to